Welcome, everyone. My name is Bert Lamar, and I'm very pleased to be your trainer for today's AdWords certification training. Joining me today is my fellow agency trainer, Nick Lozano, who will be producing today's Hangout on Air. Should you have any questions at all, please enter them into the Say Something field located directly beneath the presentation window. All right, let's take a look at our objectives for today's session. We'll review the program curriculum, which consists of our live training sessions and our extensive online learning center. We'll help you to prepare for the AdWords Fundamentals exam, which is now available on our Google Partners website. You'll have the opportunity to assess your own knowledge of AdWords Fundamentals by completing a brief self-assessment test included in a course workbook, which we'll send you. And you'll learn some tips and best practices for taking the Fundamentals exam. Although our live training series is a key component of the AdWords certification curriculum, it's important to note that it's just one of several training resources you'll need in order to successfully prepare for the Fundamentals exam. In addition to online training and the self-assessments, individuals preparing for the exam have access to our extensive online learning center. The AdWords Learning Center is an exhaustive repository of articles, videos, and client testimonials covering a plethora of AdWords fundamentals, advanced search, and advanced display topics. Now you may be asking yourselves, with such a vast array of training materials to choose from, where do I get started to prepare for the exam? Well, we're going to help you answer that question right now. We've audited the 4 major components of the curriculum: live and online training, learning center articles, videos, and self-assessments, and distilled them into a course syllabus of the training materials most essential for exam preparation. Now, you'll find a copy of the syllabus on page 3 of the course workbook. You'll also find a link to the workbook in the chat window below this presentation. Now, when you complete today's class, you'll be well on your way to being prepared to take the certification exam. That said, if you really want to optimize your chances of passing, you'll also review the post-work materials outlined in the syllabus. All told, completing all the materials outlined, including this live session, should cost you about 8 hours of your time. Now, I use the word cost because we very clearly realize that dedicating even 8 hours of your work week to an effort like this is a major investment of your time. We're also hopeful that at the end of the day, you'll agree that the benefits of certification for you and your agency far outweigh the cost of the time you've invested. Okay. Closer look at the Fundamentals exam and some basic info you should be aware of. For starters, there are 3 different certification exams: Fundamentals, Advanced Search, and Advanced Display. In order to become certified, an individual has to take and pass 2 exams. Now, everyone takes Fundamentals, which is the focus of today's class, but you will also need to pass one of our advanced exams. The Fundamentals exam consists of 90 multiple choice questions. You'll be given a full 2 hours to complete the exam. Now, you also need to select the correct response for at least 85% of the fundamental exam questions to receive a passing grade. So you want to set aside an adequate amount of time to study. Recertification for the Fundamentals exam is required after 2 years, while Advanced Search and Advanced Display require recertification after 1 year. All right, let's talk a little bit more about Google Partners. Google Partners is a new program for agencies that replaces 4 legacy platforms: Engage for Agencies, Google Certification Program, Agency Edge, and Partner Search Engine. Members of Google Partners receive exclusive access to a range of benefits, including live training events, industry insights, promotional offers, beta test opportunities, professional networking, and other tools designed for agencies. The launch of Google Partners has resulted in some changes to the AdWords certification process, so it's important that we take some time to review these. For starters, you must now have a Google Partners account to take exams and get certified. But setting up an account is easy and should only take you a few minutes. In fact, if you had an Agency Edge account, it should automatically be migrated over to Partners, and you'll be able to log in using those credentials. Now, agencies had to pay a fee for their employees to become GCP certified, but taking exams and becoming AdWords certified via Google Partners is absolutely free. It's also important to point out that if you took any of the GCP exams in the past, your exam history and certification status will automatically transfer over to your partner's account. In addition, if you recently received your GCP certification, don't be alarmed. All certifications earned through GCP are not affected. Finally, agencies that are affiliated with at least one person who is certified in AdWords will earn a Google Partner Badge that they can proudly display on their website. The Partners Badge is a globally recognized stamp of approval which showcases your agency's knowledge of the latest AdWords tools and best practice techniques. Now let's take a look at the agenda for the session. The goal for today's session is to help you prepare for the AdWords Fundamentals exam. However, we're also hoping you walk away with an enhanced knowledge of the basics of Google advertising. Because this is just a 1-hour session, we ask that you review the study guide and review the supplemental training materials in order to pass the exam. Also, we will share the presentation as well as, of course, workbook again after the session. Now, during the next hour, we'll cover 4 key topics. We'll begin with what is AdWords before moving on to how to set up an AdWords campaign. Next, we'll take a look at some key performance reports and tools that you can use to optimize campaigns. And we'll finish up with what is display advertising. All right, let's get started. In this first section, we'll complete an overview of the basics of AdWords. For starters, let's answer the question, how do advertisers place their ads alongside relevant content and search results? Well, Google search ads are bought through Google's online auction system called AdWords. There are quite a few dynamics that make up the AdWords auction system that we'll spend some time talking about now. Every time an AdWords ad appears, it goes through what we call the ad auction. Now, it's really important to remember that the AdWords auction is not like a silent auction at a fundraiser where the highest bidder always wins. Instead, there are many factors that go into the auction, which ultimately decides which ads will appear and in which order. Also remember that the auction process is repeated for every search on Google each time with potentially different results, depending on the competition at that moment and which ad you use. So don't worry if your position on the page fluctuates. It's normal for it to vary each time. The most important thing to remember is that the auction process uses both quality and bids to determine your ad's position. So even if your competition bids higher than you can still win with a higher position. Next, we'll talk about how Google determines ad rank or ad position. Instead of giving the top search ad spot to the highest bidder, AdWords uses this simple formula to determine the order in which ads show up. Now, Google recently made some changes to the way ad rank is calculated. Previously, ad rank was calculated using your max bid and your quality score. Ad rank now also takes into account a third component, the expected impact from your ad extensions and formats. This means that ad extensions and formats can now influence the position of your ad on the search results page. If 2 competing ads have the same bid and quality, the ad with the more positive expected impact from extensions will generally appear in a higher position than the other. Now, the cost per click element of this formula is fairly straightforward. It's simply what the advertiser enters as the most that they're willing to pay for a click. Quality score, however, is a bit more complicated, as we'll cover on the next slide. Quality score is an estimate of how relevant your ads, keywords, and landing page are to a person seeing your ad. Having a high quality score means that our system thinks that your ad, keyword, and landing page are all relevant and useful to someone looking at your ad. Now, having a low quality score, on the other hand, means that your ads, keywords, and landing page probably aren't as relevant and useful to someone looking at your ad. Breaking it down even further, there are actually 2 elements of quality score. The first is keyword quality, which is an indicator of your keyword and ad relevance to the query. The second is site quality, which is an indicator of the landing page experience for our users. Now let's take a look at some best practices for improving your quality score. The best way to improve quality score is to focus on key metrics: clicks, conversions, and impressions. You want to ensure that you've organized your account for maximum effectiveness, chosen relevant keywords, created straightforward, targeted ads, and pointed users to a landing page with relevant, original, and well-organized content with quick load times. Okay, now that we've covered the basics of AdWords, it's time to dive into our first agenda item: how to set up an AdWords campaign. We'll cover the 5 major steps to campaign setup: establishing your campaign goals, applying targeting and bids, selecting keywords, creating ad copy and selecting your ad formats, and finally, setting up an AdWords account. All right, on to step 1, establishing your campaign goals. When completing this step, start by answering the following key questions. What is the campaign's marketing objective? What audience are you trying to reach? What constitutes success for this campaign? And what actions are you driving towards on your website? These are all important questions that will help you determine how to best set up and execute your AdWords campaign. Now, after you've established your campaign goals and objectives, it's important to understand how you'll measure success. Many retail clients focus on the value of purchases. Some service-oriented advertisers use the metric of lead gen form completions, newsletter signups, and white paper downloads. And brand advertisers focus on how long viewers spend watching their content. The number of metrics can vary by advertiser, but it's important to determine what's critical for your business's success. Now let's talk about step 2, applying targeting and bids. We'll start with language and location targeting. Now you can help ensure that your ads reach the customers you want. Use location and language settings to have your ads appear to customers in your targeted geographic locations, or to customers who have selected your targeted language as their interface language. Now your language settings allow you to put your ads on Google products and third-party websites in the languages that your customers speak. With your location settings, you can target the geographic areas where your ads can appear. For example, if you own an e-commerce store in the United States and you want to target the state of California, you can use your location settings to do just that. When setting up location targeting, it's important to understand how AdWords detects user location. Let's take a look. The AdWords system uses several techniques to help show your ads to users located only in your targeted locations. We consider the Google domain being used. For instance, if a user visits www.google.fr, the Google domain for France, he or she will see ads targeted to France, whereas Google.com users will see ads targeted to the US. When possible, we determine a user's location based on their IP address and show ads targeted to that location. We also consider queries that have a local intent, for instance, searching for New York hotels or Seattle plumber. Finally, for queries executed on mobile devices, we consider the physical location of that device to show the most relevant results. So now let's talk a little bit about budgets. When you think about your daily budget, think about it in terms of keeping the lights on in your shop. Our system calculates the daily budget needed to better accommodate the number of clicks your ads could receive in a day. So if your budget is limited, our system won't show your ad every time users search for your keywords. When your budget is below the recommended amount, we'll spread the delivery of your ad throughout the day so you don't exceed your budget. So for example, let's say the system recommends that you have a daily budget of $1,000 and you set it at $100. You will only receive 1 out of 10 times the amount of available traffic. As I mentioned already, that's like closing your store early. You can miss out on opportunities and additional traffic to your site. Whereas if you increase your daily budget, your ad will be seen more times, which should lead to more clicks and sales. Now that's just one of the reasons why it's so important to carefully consider how you set up and manage your budgets. When we think about setting up and managing budgets, it's also important to remember that there are 2 delivery setting types: standard and accelerated. Standard delivery is where the system shows you ads through the day evenly to align with your daily budget, where accelerated allows the system to serve your ads as quickly as possible against your daily budget. So just to dig in a bit more, with standard delivery, the Google system tries to pace out your daily budget. As you accrue impressions and clicks which accrue against your daily budget, the server refreshes every 20 minutes or so to see how it's doing. When the server updates, it reports back the clicks or impressions and will adjust pacing to align with where the daily budget is at that point in time. Therefore, the system is controlling and adjusting as it's delivering your budget. So an example of when someone might use accelerated delivery is at the end of the month or quarter, when they want to fully deliver against a budget or don't want to wait on Google to deliver evenly. Next, we'll talk about the different bidding types. AdWords offers several bidding options that are tailored to different types of campaigns. Depending on your objectives and whether you want to focus on getting clicks, impressions, or conversions, you can determine which option is best for you. Each bidding option is suited for different kinds of campaigns and advertising goals. For the purposes of bidding, you want to consider 3 basic types of goals along with your current campaign settings. If you want to generate traffic to your website, focusing on clicks could be ideal for you, in which case you might want to use cost per click bidding. If you want to increase brand awareness, not drive traffic to your site, focusing on impressions may be your best strategy. You can use cost per 1,000 impression bidding to put your message in front of customers. Now, if you want customers to take a direct action on your site and you're using conversion tracking, then it may be best to focus on conversions. The advanced bidding option, cost per acquisition or CPA bidding, lets you do exactly that. Now, if you're focused on clicks, you can set up your cost per click bids to be managed either automatically or manually. Automatic bidding is ideal for advertisers who don't want to spend a lot of time setting bids, but would like to get the most clicks possible for their ads within their budget. You don't need to specify individual bids for your keywords, ad groups, or placements. All you do is set a daily budget, and the AdWords system automatically adjusts your max CPC bids to bring you the most clicks possible within your budget. For more control over your bids, you can set a CPC bid limit if you don't want to exceed a particular price per click. On the other hand, you can use manual bidding for more precise control over bidding. This is the default option to let you manage your max CPC bids yourself. You can set bids at the ad group level or for individual keywords. Your ad group's default bid amount will be applied to all keywords in your new campaign's ad group. You may change your bid amount at any time for any or all keywords. You also may change this value for individual keywords via the Max CPC column on the Keywords tab. Next, we'll talk about an important bidding feature called Enhanced CPC. Enhanced CPC is another bidding feature. To be clear, Enhanced CPC, or ECPC, is a feature completely unrelated to enhanced campaigns. So in looking at Enhanced CPC, this tool looks for ad auctions that are more likely to lead to sales for you, and then raises your max CPC bid up to 30% to compete harder for those clicks. When it sees auctions that don't look promising, it lowers your bid. That way, you get more sales and conversions out of the ad dollars you spend. For example, suppose you sell shoes on your site and you set your max CPC for US $1 and you have ECPC bidding turned on. If the AdWords system sees an auction that looks likely to lead someone to buy shoes on your site, it might set your bid as high as US $1.30 for that auction. That is your max CPC bid plus 30% more. Now that we've covered enhanced CPC, let's talk about another type of bidding, CPA. This is short for cost per acquisition or per conversion. Conversion tracking is a free tool that shows you what happens after a customer clicks on your ads, whether they purchased your product, signed up for your newsletter, or filled out a form to receive more information. A conversion isn't just a purchase, it's important to think about what your business goal is. Hopefully, you should have come to grips with why conversions are important by now. But let's have a reminder. Tracking conversions is helpful for your business if you're trying to do the following. Connect your ads and keywords to your business goals. Maybe you want people to view a particular page more, or you'd like more purchases. Who wouldn't? Conversion tracking can show you which keywords are helping you meet those specific goals by connecting them to actions. Boost your ROI. Not all keywords are equal, but if you know which keywords bring you the most business and which ones don't, you can make smarter investments in those keywords and avoid the unhelpful ones altogether. All right, let's dig a little bit deeper into conversion tracking and how it's set up. There are two ways to count conversions with conversion tracking: one per click and many per click. You can select the metric that's most useful for you when you set up conversion tracking. One per click conversions count a conversion for every AdWords ad click, resulting in a conversion within 30 days. This means if more than one conversion happens following a single ad click, conversions after the first will not count. This metric is useful for measuring conversions approximating unique customer acquisitions, such as leads and signups. Now, many per click conversions count a conversion every time a conversion is made within 30 days following an AdWords ad click. Many per click conversions will count multiple conversions per click. This metric is most useful for measuring conversions that are valuable every time they happen, such as purchases. To set up conversion tracking, you'll have to install a snippet of HTML code on the web page where you want the customer to land and actually track that conversion. Now, moving on to campaign setup step 3, setting up your keywords. Let's take a look at an example of how keywords work. Let's say you're managing the Google Store account and you want to show when someone searches for a lava lamp. As an advertiser, you should consider what search terms users may enter that would relate to your product. There may be a mix of branded terms, of course, generic terms, and other variations. Off the top of your head, you come up with the following list: lava lamp, lava lamps, Google lava lamp, and so on and so on. Choosing the right keywords can have a huge impact on your results as well as your costs, so it's important to select them wisely. You want to be sure to include terms or phrases that your customers would use to describe your products and services. Make sure your keywords directly relate to the theme of your ad and the page you're directing your customers to. Now that you understand why keywords are so important to campaign setup, let's talk some more about building a keyword list. We've looked at one example of how to build a keyword list around a single product, but lava lamps are only one of the many products for sale at the Google Store. Similarly, if you're on an online department store, you may have products as varied as outdoor grills to children's pajamas. How do you group the ads so that your outdoor cooking enthusiasts don't end up looking at fleecy onesies? The solution is to use the structure of the advertiser's website to help determine keywords, ad group, and campaign structure. Another important factor to consider when setting up your keywords is keyword match type. AdWords allows you to choose the degree of similarity between a user's query and your search terms. AdWords breaks these options down into different match types. To make it easier on you, I have the options outlined here on the slide. If you choose broad match, punctuation doesn't matter, both in your keyword list and in the user's query. Broad match will also show synonyms, related searches, and other variations. For example, it would show lava lamp or lava lamps. If you choose broad match modifier, your ad will show on close variations, but not synonyms or related searches. For example, if you had the keyword lava plus lamps with a plus sign in front of lamps, your ad would also show for queries of lava lamp, but not on, say, lava light. Even though light can be a synonym of lamp, it isn't a close variation. If you choose phrase match, your query may show up with a word or words before or after your phrase, but the phrase must be entered by the user in the same order. Now, exact match is pretty straightforward. The user must enter the query exactly as it is in your keyword list. For example, if your keyword is Google lava lamp on exact match, that must be the user's exact query in order for the ad to show. Negative match is denoted with a minus sign in front of the word. If you have the keyword volcano on negative match in your account and someone searches volcano lava, your ad will not show. It is important to understand all the match types available to you to ensure that you're showing your ads on the most relevant queries possible. Now, keyword status is also important to understand when managing your AdWords account. When you know why the keyword has a given status, you can take quick action to fix any potential issues and ensure your keywords are showing like you want them to. For example, if your campaign is paused, you will see the following status. If you see this status, it means that your keyword is currently inactive. You could also see the status below, if your keyword is below the first page bid. And what this means is that your keyword is not active. It doesn't mean that all ads can't show, it just means they won't show in a place where users are more likely to look at them. More specifically, they won't be showing on the first page of search results. And to address this, you could change the match type. You could also increase the bid to meet the first page estimate. There's actually a third keyword status type that we should talk about. A low search volume status means your keyword is associated with very little search traffic on our properties. Your keyword might not be relevant to people's searches, or maybe it's too specific or unusual. However, if the number of searches for these keywords increases, even in a small amount, your keywords may be reactivated and could start triggering your ads to show again. So don't assume that these ads are totally inactive. They are dormant, but that could change with a product release, increased awareness around search terms, etc. All right, let's move on now to campaign setup step number 4, writing ad copy and selecting ad formats. Let's start by taking a look at the anatomy of a text ad. Even if you're not going to be writing text ads, it's really important to know your character limits and editorial policies. A Google text ad consists of a headline, description lines, and a visible URL. You can see that there are a limited number of characters. The headline can have up to 25 characters, while your description lines and URL can have up to 35 characters. The headline is the top line of your ad copy, which will sometimes include your keyword. And you can use the description lines to include a benefit or a call to action. The benefit is what the customer gets from the product or service. For example, everyday low price, free shipping, fresh, genuine, etc. The call to action is what you want people to do, and that may include terms like buy, order, download, etc. Next, let's review the text ad standards and policies. In order for your text ads to be compliant with Google's rules, you'll need to ensure the following. There are no all caps, no repeated words, no incorrect spacing between words or letters, no numbers or symbols as letters, no offensive language, no unsupported superlatives or claims such as top rated or number 1. Offers must be accessible to the user within one click of the landing page. All right, now let's talk about some of the different ad formats you can use. There are different ad formats to accomplish different goals for different platforms. Although we will go into specifics further down the road, at a high level, you should start by knowing that there are 3 different search ad types: desktop, tablet, and mobile. These different formats have slightly different policies and lengths, as well as different ad extensions that let you harness some of the trends associated with different devices. For example, users who are searching on their phone are often trying to find local information. If you tailored your copy to be eye-catching and effective on mobile, and then used a mobile-specific ad extension like click to call, you would probably see a better return on investment than if you used the same text across all 3 device types. AdWords ad formats go beyond the text ads that appear on Google search results. Besides text ads, you can create video ads, mobile ads, and more. Each type has its own benefits, whether it's the ease and affordability of running text ads or the colorful storytelling that comes with video. You can run multiple kinds of ads from the same AdWords account. All right, now let's take a moment to watch a brief video about different ad formats and their benefits.
Remember back in the day when the internet was blanketed with annoying and irrelevant advertisements that would pop up and take over your entire screen? Well, back then, advertisers thought that was the best way to get someone's attention. And while those ads definitely got people's attention, they didn't add much value, and they made the internet a less enjoyable place for everyone. So when we started showing ads on Google.com, we wanted to do something different. We still wanted to get people's attention, but we thought there was a better way to do it. We decided to strip away all the things that made ads annoying, like pop-ups and flashing, and focused on making ads that were targeted and relevant based upon what people were actually searching for. Our goal was to simplify the way ads looked and use relevance and quality to help rank them. Well, that was almost 10 years ago, and the internet has changed a lot since then. While people used to primarily use the internet to view text, now they're using it to interact with many other things, like watching videos, mapping directions, and comparing prices. The thing is, while the internet has changed a lot, our ads have stayed pretty much the same. Well, as it turns out, text alone may not always be the most effective or helpful way to deliver information to people who are searching online. Sometimes they want more. For example, what if you were trying to market a movie, and instead of just displaying text, someone could click to play a trailer directly within the ad? Or if you were trying to advertise a chain of coffee shops, what if the ad featured an interactive map with all your nearby locations so people could find the closest one to them? Or what if you were trying to help people refinance their homes? Wouldn't it be better if you could show them custom rates and quotes in real time? If this were possible, you could make your ads even more targeted and more relevant because they deliver the right information at the right time, which is kind of the point. Not to mention the fact that no monkeys would have to be punched. So while our goal of making ads relevant and useful remains the same, you'll start noticing some changes, like ads that grab more attention because they add more value, which is what AdWords is really all about.
I hope that you all enjoyed that video. It's an example of the excellent training materials that are available to you on our AdWords Learning Center. Now we'll talk about the different ad formats available across devices. Product listing ads are search ads that include richer product information, such as product image, price, and merchant name, but don't require additional keywords or ad text. When a user enters a search query relevant to an item in your Google Merchant Center account, Google automatically shows the most relevant products along with the associated image, price, and product name. Clicks on product listing ads are charged on a CPC, or cost per click basis, or conversion-focused cost per acquisition, or CPA percentage basis. Next up is the dynamic search ad format. Dynamic search ads target relevant searches with ads generated directly from your website, dynamically. With dynamic search ads, we keep a fresh index of your inventory using Google's organic web crawling technology. When a relevant search occurs, we dynamically generate an ad with a headline based on the query and the text based on your most relevant landing page. The ad enters the auction and competes normally, but we'll hold it back for any search where you also have an eligible keyword targeted ad. So you get better results from broader exposure for more of your in-stock inventory without making any changes at all to your existing keyword campaigns. Pretty cool. Now we'll move on to ad site links. Ad site links add value to your existing AdWords ads by providing additional links to specific, relevant content deeper within your sitemap. Rather than sending all users to the same landing page, ad site links display up to 6 additional destination URLs for users to choose from. Ad site links are designed to appear when an ad provides the best result for a search query, and they are most likely to appear for searches for unique brand terms for top-ranked ads with higher quality scores. However, they may not always be shown for every top-ranked ad. Advertisers use site links to create richer, more relevant ads that improve the value of your brand terms and other targeted keywords. For example, with ad site links, you can point to specific information on your site such as gift registries, special deals, holiday or event-related promotions, and store locators. The next search ad format we'll discuss is seller ratings. Call extensions. When people are searching for goods or services on their smartphones, they often prefer to call a business rather than visit its website. Now you can make it even easier for potential customers to get in touch with you by adding a click-to-call option when your ads appear on smartphones. Add a click-to-call option to your ads by enabling call extensions in your AdWords campaigns. Now, in addition to call extensions, There are also location extensions. You can extend your AdWords campaigns by dynamically attaching your business address to your ads with location extensions. As well as the description lines and URL that appear in your ad text, your ad can also feature your business name, address, and phone number. Whether you have multiple storefronts you'd like to promote locally or a single storefront, location extensions can help attract customers who may be just around the corner and those searching for a business in an area they're planning to visit soon. Social extensions are a great way to extend the reach of your ad via social networking. Social extensions are unique in that they link your Google Plus page to your AdWords campaigns so that all your plus ones from your page, your website, ads, and search get tallied together. This means more recommendations for your ads, helping inform users about your content. To make this connection, you need to take a few steps to confirm your AdWords campaigns. Your Google Plus page and your website are all associated with one another. Let's move on to AdWords account setup. When we think about how AdWords is organized, there are three key layers. The account level, which is where your account is associated with a unique email address, password, and billing information. The campaign level, which is where your campaign has its own budget and settings that determine where your ads appear, and your ad group, which contains a set of similar ads and keywords. When organizing your account, it's important to think of the makeup of your website. How is it structured? Is it by product, a category? From there, consider organizing your AdWords account and corresponding campaigns, ad groups, and keywords accordingly. All right, it's time to cover another very important aspect of AdWords account setup, My Client Center. First of all, what is My Client Center, also known as MCC? My Client Center is a powerful tool for handling multiple AdWords accounts. Think of MCC as an umbrella account with several AdWords accounts linked to it. It saves time by letting you view and easily manage all of your AdWords accounts from a single location. An MCC account isn't an upgrade of your AdWords account. Instead, it's an entirely new account that you create. Now, who should use an MCC account? For starters, large advertisers with more than one AdWords account, as well as third parties such as agencies, search engine marketers, automated bid managers, and other online marketing professionals who manage multiple client accounts or large campaigns. Now, what can you do with an MCC account? Actually, there's a lot you can do with an MCC. You can use a single login to access all managed accounts. You can easily view multiple managed accounts, including other MCC accounts, using a My Client Center view. You can see relevant information for all managed accounts in one place. You can run reports across multiple managed accounts at once or download the My Client Center view into a .csv file. You can quickly create and link new AdWords accounts from within your MCC account. And as always, owners of individual managed accounts can sign into their AdWords accounts and maintain access to their login information. And you're probably curious as to how you access this great tool. It's fairly simple. You just have to go to google.com/AdWords/MyClientCenter and sign up for an account. AdWords Editor is the third tool. Now we're going to take a look at the AdWords API. This account management technique is geared towards developers at large agencies. But even if you aren't a developer, it's good to know how this tool can work. The Google AdWords Application Programming Interface, or API, lets web developers build applications that interact directly with the Google AdWords server, thereby bypassing AdWords entirely. And the API is flexible and functional. You can use it to build an application that meets your needs. Using the API, you can generate automatic keywords, ad text, destination URLs, and custom reports. You can also integrate AdWords data with your inventory system to manage campaigns based on stock. You can also develop additional tools and applications to help you manage accounts. You can even develop in the language of your choice. The AdWords API SOAP interface is supported by all popular programming languages, including Java, PHP, Python, .NET, Perl, Ruby, and JavaScript. To create the application, you need someone who's able to write the appropriate code in a coding language of the developer's choice. And again, it can be Java, PHP, Python, or others. Let's move on to another tool ideal for managing large or multiple accounts. AdWords Editor is the third tool for management of large or multiple accounts. AdWords Editor can help you do a lot of things. If you have a large number of campaigns or keywords, AdWords Editor can streamline your account changes and save you time. The basic process is you download your account, edit your campaigns offline, then upload your changes to AdWords. Whether you're editing one keyword or adding hundreds of text ads, Editor enables you to make changes to your account quickly and conveniently. Using Editor, you can perform detailed searches across campaigns, work offline, then upload your changes at any time. Make bulk changes like updating bids or adding keywords. Copy or move items between ad groups and campaigns. Navigate through your account quickly and easily. And circulate proposed changes to other people and get feedback from them before you post changes. Now that you're familiar with the logistics of setting up an AdWords campaign, we'll cover measuring a campaign's performance and some tips for campaign optimization. In this section, we're going to focus on measuring your AdWords campaign performance. Specifically, looking at performance reports, tools, as well as profitability and growth. Let's start by identifying the metrics that matter. With general performance reports, you can download any data table on the main campaigns tab as a report. You can use the campaign, ad group, keyword, auto targets, display network, and dimensions tab to generate reports. Customize the table using columns, segments, and filters so that the report contains just the data that you want to see. All right, let's take a look at some of the metrics that are available on the performance report. Account performance. The views on the dimensions tab display statistics for your entire account. Campaign performance. The campaigns tab shows statistics for each of your campaigns. Ad group performance. The ad groups tab shows statistics for each of your ad groups. Ad performance. The table on the ads tab presents relevant statistics for ad variations such as text ads, image ads, video ads, and local business ads. Keyword performance. The table on the keywords tab displays details on selected keywords and organizes statistics by keyword. All right, next let's review the invalid clicks report. When our system detects invalid clicks on your ads, we automatically filter these out of your reports so that you're not charged for them. If we find invalid clicks that have somehow escaped our automated detection in the past 2 months, we'll give you credit for these clicks and they'll be reflected on your billing tab. Despite our automatic filtration system, you still have the option to view invalid click data if you'd like to. You can get keyword ideas and traffic estimates to help you build a search campaign by using the Keyword Planner. This tool will also show you how a list of keywords might perform and the average number of times people search for those terms. This can help you decide which keywords can help drive traffic to your website and increase awareness of your product. For example, if you enter the phrase running shoe in the Keyword Planner, it might show you discount running shoes or motion control running shoes as additional keywords to consider. For each keyword idea, you'll get statistics like how competitive the keyword is or the average number of times people search for the term worldwide. You can use these statistics to help you decide which keywords to add to your list. Next, we'll learn about some ways to improve your AdWords results. Throughout the fundamentals session, we've covered a number of topics that will help drive your AdWords results. To refresh your memory, we've discussed how to create successful text ads, improve your keywords, focus on ROI, budget optimization, organizing your account correctly, and using conversion tracking and negative keywords. Next, we'll take a look at some keyword optimization strategies. We've talked about keywords and how to optimize keywords, but since measurement and optimization go hand in hand, let's circle back to those concepts now. If you're click-through rate focused or CTR focused, you may want to develop keywords with high impression counts but low numbers of click-throughs. These keywords may be too general or not relevant enough and are accumulating many impressions but very few clicks. For CTR, it's also very important to focus on negative keywords to prevent impressions that aren't likely to lead to a click. Along with negative keywords, consider trying different keyword matching options like phrase match to reduce the number of irrelevant searches. Many advertisers are also interested in how they can optimize their keywords for better ROI. The bottom line for any keyword is how much value it generates compared to its cost. To determine the profitability of a keyword, you can track the conversions from that keyword with the conversion tracking tool. Once you have conversion data, you can identify and delete keywords that accumulate high costs but very few conversions. Once you understand the value of each keyword, you can also increase that keyword's profitability by adjusting its CPC or CPM bid. For keywords that show a profit, increase the bid to increase exposure and generate more traffic. For keywords that aren't profitable, decrease the bid to lower your costs. Try to understand what stage within the buying cycle a user might be in. For instance, users searching with terms like reviews or ratings are probably still searching the product and might be less likely to make a purchase at that stage. To target really serious buyers, you might try using keyword phrases that include conversion-related words like buy, purchase, or order, and use reviews as a negative keyword. You can also include specific product names you sell and model numbers. Users searching on highly specific terms know exactly what they're looking for and could be more likely to convert for you. You should also experiment with keyword matching options. The 4 matching options determine which Google searches can trigger your ads to appear, helping you control who sees your ads. With Broad Match, you'll typically receive the most number of ad impressions, while by using negative keywords, you can help increase your ROI and conversion rates by preventing your ad from showing for searches that include that word or phrase. By filtering out unwanted impressions, negative keywords can help you reach the most appropriate prospects, reduce your costs, and increase your return on investment. I think you'll all agree that those are some powerful techniques for keyword optimization, but let's not forget about optimizing your location targeting as well. You can also use data from the Geographic Performance Report to optimize your ads. Look at the ad example for our sock retailer. He has highlighted unique selling points of his business, such as certain products or services that are more likely to interest customers in certain areas. You can also offer promotions specific to certain areas. In addition, if you have different landing pages on your website for each region that you serve, send customers to the landing page most specific to their geographic areas. That way, they don't have to spend time searching for the information that's relevant to them. Finally, it's important for your customers to know where your business is located. It can be helpful to add location extensions to your ads. Location extensions, as we discussed earlier, merge your business address and phone number seamlessly with your ad text. All right, folks, that completes our overview of performance reports and campaign optimization tips. Next, we'll focus on display advertising. During this section, we'll complete an overview of the Google Display Network, aka GDN. We'll review the various targeting options available on the GDN. We'll discuss the ad formats you can use on the GDN, and we'll finish up with a look at performance measurement. All right, without further ado, let's dive into our GDN overview. All right, we'll begin with Google Display Network. It has 3 main components. Number 1 is its millions of sites for you to run your ads on. Number 2 is the wide range of creative ad formats. And number 3, it's the choice of ways for you to reach your target audience. Let's dig a little deeper into what makes up the GDN. To summarize, ad rank on the display network has a few more factors than it does on search. On search, it's a simple formula of CPC times quality score plus your ad extensions and ad formats. In display, there's a group default bid. However, that can be overwritten by a more specific bid for a certain placement. We'll talk more about bidding for the advanced exam. However, for this exam, it's just important to know that the amount an advertiser is willing to pay is a factor in determining ad rank on the GDN. Landing page quality, much like on search, is still very important. Elements of landing page quality include relevant and original content. Is the purpose of your site clear? Is your site actually useful to visitors? What does your site offer that other sites don't offer? What about transparency? Is your business and contact information easy to find? Are you upfront about any information you're collecting from visitors? And can people easily tell what will happen when they perform an action on your site? Next is ease of navigation. Is it easy for people to find what they're looking for? Does your site have too many links that might confuse people? And can people easily find information to learn more or answer questions? Finally, your ad's past performance factors into the ad rank on the GDN. Ad rank past performance can be measured by previous click-through and engagement rates, including on other sites. Now let's talk about how targeting works on the GDN. In looking at the various targeting capabilities on the GDN, we've broken them down into two main categories: targeting content and targeting audience. The key targeting strategies that fall within content include placement, topic, and keyword contextual targeting, as your ads run alongside or within content related to your product or service. We'll go through each individual targeting strategy now, starting with placement targeting. Placement targeting are specific sites in the Google Display Network that you specifically select to target. There are two main reasons why you may want to select Managed Placements. Placement management. If you want to run ads on the display network, but only on placements you handpick, you can select this option in your campaign settings. In this case, you would choose Manage Placements in the display network where you'd like to see your ads displayed and add them to an ad group. Next is bid management. If you're running ads across the entire display network, but you like to raise or lower bids for specific placements based on the performance of those websites. For example, you may want to be more competitive for a placement on a particular site to receive more traffic. You can add the site as a managed placement and simply raise your bid for that one placement. You may also see an automatic placement that you don't want to entirely exclude, but that doesn't particularly interest you or generate a strong return on investment. You can add it as a managed placement and lower the bid for that website. Now we'll talk about topic targeting. Contextual targeting. Contextual targeting is used to match keyword-targeted ads, also referred to as automatic placements, to sites within the Google Display Network. This form of targeting better suits advertisers focused on performance and cost-efficient conversions, since ads will provide useful information to readers and attract an audience with an established interest in your message. All right, next we'll talk about interest category targeting. Adding interest categories to your ad groups allows you to reach people based on their interests as they browse pages across the Google Display Network. You can select from a wide-ranging list of these categories, from autos and sports to travel and fashion, and will show ads to people who think they're interested in those categories. Quite simply, adding interest categories can help you improve the performance of your campaigns. Here are 3 reasons why adding them can be beneficial. Number 1, you can increase awareness of your brand and products and help bring traffic to your website. Number 2, you can extend the reach or frequency of your existing campaigns that already use keyword placement or topic targeting. And 3, you can tailor your ads and bids to specific interests. Now, many people often ask how interest categories differ from topic targeting. In a nutshell, the difference is context. Topic targeting allows you to place ads on pages directly related to the topic you've selected, among other factors. In other words, with topic targeting, your ads are more likely to be contextually relevant. Targeting by topics is an alternative to selecting individual placements where your ad can appear or individual keywords that will trigger your ad. The last targeting type we'll take a look at is remarketing. Let's see how that works. Remarketing works by helping you advertise to people who visited your website by showing them ads on the web after they've left. This may mean turning customers who've abandoned your shopping cart into converters. It may also mean offering your loyal customers a discount. Or it may mean cross-selling related products, i.e. someone who buys diapers from you may also be interested in baby food. You're limited only in your imagination when it comes to remarketing. Use remarketing to match the right message to the right people. You do this by adding a piece of code, a remarketing tag, to pages of your site for certain products or services you want to promote. Then, when shoppers come to your site, you add these shoppers to a remarketing list. You can later reach out to these potential buyers while they browse other websites. Next, we'll review ad formats on the Google Display Network. The Google Display Network has a wide range of ad formats. We've come pretty far from the punch the monkey banners a decade ago. With many ad formats and placement options, you can communicate your business in whatever method works best for you. Text ads are just like your basic search ads. Headline, 2 lines of text, and your destination URL. So you can reuse the ad creatives that you've already built for your search campaigns and simply put them on the Display Network. Next, we'll discuss image ads. You can use banner images that you've already created. Simply upload them to AdWords, and you've got an image ad that you can run online. Or, if you don't have image ads already created, you can use our pre-made templates in the Display Ad Builder to build image ads in minutes for free. The last ad format we're going to take a look at on the GDN is video ads. Video provides advertisers with the ability to convey their message with the power of sight, sound, and motion. One easy way to create these ads is to upload a video to YouTube, or use an existing YouTube video you've already uploaded, and then convert that video into a promoted video ad unit. You just write the text in AdWords and link to the video, and you've got an ad unit that you can run on YouTube and drive traffic to your video watch page. You can also show videos in display ads on sites throughout the network. We'll close this session with performance measurement. Let's review a report central to running Google Display Network campaigns. It's called the Placement Performance Report. The Placement Report provides site-level performance metrics for ads running on the Google Display Network and can help you reach your marketing objectives by giving you increased transparency into your display campaign's performance. Use this report to help you manage your campaigns and reach your ROI objectives for the display network. It's important to review your campaign performance on a regular basis, but we don't start changing things right away. It's a good idea to wait 2 to 3 weeks before optimizing. This will give you a larger set of data to work with. And once you begin reviewing your campaign performance, keep in mind that it's important to measure at the campaign, keyword, placement, and ad creative level. You can download any data table on the main campaigns tab as a report. Customize the table using columns, segments, and filters so that the report contains just the data that you want to see. All right, that concludes today's Fundamentals exam prep session. But before I let you all go, I'd like to review some study tips. Also, at the very end of today's session, I will be sharing with you a link to our post-training survey. All right, some study tips. Number 1, use the course workbook and the enclosed syllabus to guide you. There's also a self-assessment in the workbook that I urge you to complete immediately following this class while all that you've learned today is still fresh in your mind. Just one caveat that I'd like to point out is that while the self-assessment should be very helpful to you in preparing for the exam, these are not questions that are specifically going to appear on the fundamentals exam. Next, you want to study more than you think you need to. Whether you use AdWords every day or almost never, it's important to keep in mind that the exam is very detail-oriented. If you consider how much you think you need to study, then add an hour to that, you should be in a good position for success. Consider reaching out to one or more of your colleagues to see if they want to prepare for the exam together. You may end up with your own AdWords study group. Now, I can't overemphasize this last point. It might sound like a well-heeled cliche, but when it comes to preparing for the fundamentals exam, there truly are no stupid questions. The last page of your course workbook contains the names and contact info for our agency training team. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions at all about the topics covered in today's session or any other certification-related inquiries. All right, now just a quick reminder about our upcoming advanced certification training classes. We'll be having an advanced search training class on Thursday, December 5th from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and advanced display training Thursday, December 12th from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. You'll find a link to the RSVP form in the Say Something field below this presentation. I really hope that you will all join us for both or one of our advanced AdWords certification sessions. I'd like to thank you all for attending today's training session. Please take a few minutes to complete the post-training survey. We really value your input, and we use it to make our trainings even better. I'd like to thank everyone for coming and to wish you good luck. Take care.